What's going on YouTube? It is me, the Ginger Gamer, bringing my first Destiny 2 video to you, and it is a Praxic Blade prismatic getaway artist build. I really enjoy this build. I'm using this build 90% of the time through most content with no difficulties whatsoever. So we're just going to quickly go straight into it. There will be gameplay footage as well over the top, so you'll be able to see how well this build actually does perform. So for the weapons, uh, honestly, it's the Praxic Blade. Then we are going to be running offensive form. This allows it to generate its own ammo. Then we're going to go with impact core because whatever super we go with, it will match it. So for example, we are going to be using solar, so it scorches targets, but you can use void or strand if you wanted to, so then you'd get weaken or sever. I then run the PSI. Again, you can choose whatever weapons you want in these two slots. It doesn't matter. It's completely up to you. But the reason why I choose PSI is because of Blast Distributor. And the reason why I use that is because splash damage grants an improved bonus to grenade stat. So as you can see here, I'm already at 159. This will take me up to 169, 179-ish, roughly. So I'm getting a lot when it comes to grenade damage. Then I focus on weapons because obviously it's a weapon. I'm going to be using it an awful lot as well. So the higher the weapon stat as well as you can muster. And then the third one you really want to go for is either super or health. It's completely up to you on those two, but I just go for super. Going into the actual build itself, we have got Phoenix Dive with Song of Flame, whether using Burst Glide, Arcane Needle, and of course Storm Grenade. For our specs, we are using Feed the Void, which when you get an ability kill, you gain Devour, which obviously helps with health regeneration, but it also helps with your grenade regeneration as well. Then we're using Hellion as well. So Hellion is another form of DPS. So when you go into a DPS phase, you've got that as well, but it also scorches targets and causes them eventually to ignite. When it comes to our fragments, we are running Facet of Ruin, which will help increase the solar ignitions. We're using a Facet of Protection, so you're more resistant when you're surrounded. Facet of Hope, you get your class ability a lot faster when you've got an elemental buff. So that could be either, as it says on the left, amplified bolt charges, cure, radiant, restoration, devour, invisibility, and overshield. Darkness debuffs also include frost armor and woven mail. So that is really, really good. And then facet of dominance. Your void grenades weaken targets and your arc grenades jolt them. When you get your arc buddy, it's still classed as a grenade, so it will still jolt targets, which is good against overloads. When it comes to your void grenade, well, you're not using one. Oh, wait, yes, you are. With transcendence, your grenade from the transcendence is void and stasis. So it will weaken. So it gets that benefit. So then you do more damage as well. Going on to the exotic, obviously it's getaway artist. You consume your grenade and you become amplified as well. So when you're amplified, you're harder to hit at the same time as well. When it comes to armor mods, now depending on what your stats look like, you will distribute your things a lot differently to mine. But literally just distribute them as best as you can to get the most mainly grenade energy, like grenade stat as possible. But going into the helmet, we're using kinetic siphon, special ammo scout, and finder because I'm using the PSI. But if you're not and you're not using a special weapon, you can change these to heavy if you so wish. Onto the gloves, we're using bolstering detonation. So the more grenade damage you do, the quicker you get your class ability back. And the same for momentum transfer. It does exactly the same, but instead you gain your melee abilities back quicker. And then we're using firepower for the orbs of power as well. Then onto the chest, we are using melee damage resistance. Because you're going to be up close and personal, you're going to be taking a boatload of melee damage. You want to try and reduce that as much as possible. and then match the two surges to whatever content you are doing. On the boots, we're using a kinetic weapon surge. This is allowing us to do more damage with the Praxic blade as well. Then we're using stacks on stacks and recuperation. So when you pick up an orb of power, you gain a small chunk of health back. And with stacks and stacks, you gain one additional stack of armor charge. So if you go from 3 to 4. Ignore that, guys. You actually don't go 3 to 4. That's a different armor mod entirely. Stacks on stacks, all that does is when you pick up one orb of power, instead of getting one armor charge, you get two. I was completely wrong. I do apologize for that mix up, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I haven't made any more mistakes. Based off that, I'm using a special finisher. And the reason why I'm using special finisher is because if I ever, for whatever reason, run out of ammo in my PSI, I have got 4 stacks to use. I can use up 3 and still have plenty of time to pick up more. Based off that, we're also using powerful attraction. So the orbs of power come to you anyway. And then on top of that, we're using time dilation, which increases the duration of your armor stacks. Well, guys, I hope you enjoy this build as much as I do. I hope you are able to run it in any content and hopefully clear, maybe for the first time, a solo flawless on a lot of the dungeons, because some of them you can basically just run this build. But if you like the content, please give us a like. If there's anything you feel like I could improve on as a content creator for you guys, please just drop it down in the comment below. I am not going to take offense. Any criticism I take, I will put to making these videos even better for you guys. But this is your friendly ginger signing off, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta ta!